Welcome to the Freedom Property Podcast, the modern real estate brand empowering excellence. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. It's the Freedom Property Podcast show. We have Jacob Reynolds back in the house today, all the way from Northern Territory.
You always get that wrong, man, I swear.
My geography is not its best. How's life, mate?
Yeah, real good, mate. Yeah, just loving life at the moment. So just living that dad life. So yeah, 5 months in, which is it's like amazing. Yeah, it's really good. So awesome, enjoying it.
Because the boys weren't born when we were on the podcast live, were they?
I don't think. When was it when we did it?
Because just before then.
Because I don't even know whether I knew I was having twins yet. Did I?
True.
I don't think I did. No. So I think it was just I think before that. Yeah. So we were thinking about having a baby, obviously, but when we got hit with twins, it was a bit of like, I was like,
definitely.
Okay.
Getting it in and getting it done. One's hard enough. I can't imagine having two.
Yeah, I think it's the same stuff. Hey, like Hannah wouldn't say that. She'd probably kill me for saying that. But I think it's like everyone has their thing that they go through, whether you got one or two, you're not sleeping. So it's the same stuff. Yeah,
it's shocking either way when a baby enters your life.
I can't believe people don't talk about it more. Like it's like there should be like a course or something. There should be like a driver's license. You know, like you got to you got to get your license before you can, or your learners or something like that. Where like, you're like, oh, that's how it is it? Oh, okay.
Well, seriously, I was like absolute amateur. I literally had open homes booked in for the day before the birth. Dan was just like, I could give birth like any moment now, and I was just like, Sonny, I've only got like 2 booked in. Jake's got the others covered. It's just the ones I wanted. Yeah. Like I just had no idea what I was doing.
So funny. Yeah. We had the funniest one was that when because obviously our businesses are a bit different. You got a few more people in your team than me, so I didn't really have the luxury of like sort of taking 2 or 3 weeks off. I had to sort of stay in the business, and there was like one point there. I remember like they'd just been born. It was like 3 or 4 hours in or something. You know, like we'd just finished doing like all the milk stuff and that, and there was like this bit where this midwife came in. I had my laptop open because I was sleeping and stuff. You know, and like she was like, and she looked at me and she goes, "You look like death." You know, and I was just like, like it was just
get back to these inquiries.
I was just like, it gives me anxiety if they sit there, you know. So there's just like a couple of things I'm like, I got to get to this, you know. So, but I was pretty lucky during that time, like going through all the sleep deprivation. It's okay now, but the team really helped me out, so I was very lucky.
It's about to get worse.
Yeah, I'm just
6 months.
Yeah, I'm just like, whatever, like now I'm just at the point where I'm just like, whatever it is, just bring it on and just get it done.
Yeah. It's that first 6 months, you're just like professional baby holder, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're just like carrying these little babies around, and then, you know, this next 6 months, 12 months, when River got to like 8, 9 months, I was like, oh, actually, you're not too bad. I like it. You get to like 1 and you're just like, holy hell, this is amazing.
Yeah.
They just know what's going on. They know who you are. And
they're more attentive and stuff. Yeah.
It just gets better and better.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, you don't wish the time away, but I think that's a time I'm really looking forward to. It's just, you know, when they can walk and they can kick a soccer ball and all that sort of stuff. Like, I'm just like, this is going to be so great, you know? When they're about 3, we'll get them on the phones, you know.
We were saying
follow-up calls.
We get the shirt, you know, my daddy loves it.
That one's a bit much for me, to be honest. I just imagine your baby running around the daycare, you know, like Mr. Cell or something. Like,
I literally just be in the coffee shops being like, I'm dad now, you know, just probably give me a listing. No,
it's funny.
It's a great part of your life. And, you know, when you're at people's houses now and you've got a baby and like it's different and like things feel different now, especially if they've got kids as well, because you're going in and you're like connecting to them about their children and they know 100%. That you're like obviously a dad as well now, and that just changes you. And I just feel different with my clients now. Like I feel like I'm like a lot more understanding of their world, and you know, like it's awesome.
You get way more now. Yeah, like I'm exactly the same actually, and like it's actually changed the way I communicate with them before you sort of get into business, you know, like I understand that, you know, this financial situation does, you know, impact your children and all that sort of stuff. So I understand this is a big decision. That's why I'm taking it so serious. So, you know, I've got kids obviously. So that Yeah, you're so right there. I didn't even think about it before, but even now at open homes, you know, I'll watch a mum walk in with like 3 kids, and like one's like under her arm holding the other, and then the other one's trotting, and you're like, how are you doing that?
Like super mums, isn't it? Crazy, you know, crazy kids out there, and these mums are just like killing it,
getting it done,
like not even reacting, and you're just like, good on you, like this is crazy. Like I spend the day with her, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I know, me too. Yeah. You don't realise.
Little girl, you know.
Yeah, they just got so much patience. I think that's the big thing, and like having a child, like you see your partner in a different light, you know, like that you never really saw before, which you always love them, obviously, but you know, when they're the mother of your children, you see them as like this really patient role model for them, and it's a different light, you know. You just like, it's just, you just look at them way different.
Absolutely.
So cool.
You love them and want to strangle them. It's such a good part of your life, and even like you say then at the open homes as well, you know, like when kids turn up, and they rock up, and you're like, before I was like, I was all right with kids, you know, like but now I'm just like, what's going on?
Me too.
You know, speak to them, and like, and you just know what's going on, and then you know, like obviously the house is important, and real estate agents, you know, like you've still got to sell. You got to sell the dream, but it's all about the relationship in this business. And if you're connecting to your future clients, like through their family, and you know, not being weird. There's a lot of weird real estate agents. Don't be weird. You know, like at an open home, just be nice, be friendly, be normal. You know, talk to people, and when you get your opportunity then to sell the house, you sell it. It's a good part of life that we're in right now.
The kids are. It's funny, like I always at our open homes when kids come in, I know it's a bit cheeky, but I always go like, go pick your bedroom, you know, and they just like, the dad or the mum always looks at me and they're like, you know, but they like it.
Have your parents spoke about this house in the car? You can work from there.
Which is like, it's actually really cool when you see a family buy a house, because I remember when my parents did it, you know, and I was like, I would pick my bedroom, and it's actually like a really special thing. So like for me, when I see that, it's just like, that's pretty cool what you're witnessing, you know.
Did you get the biggest room?
Hey?
Did you used to get the biggest room?
No, I had a funny childhood. Anyway, not going down that rabbit hole actually, but I had a pretty good setup in my bedroom for sure. Mum and dad always looked after me for sure.
Yeah, me and Jake would always have the rest of the That's mine, I'm the oldest, not even negotiating. Don't care. We'd be like, no. We'd be like, nah. There's no negotiation. You should record first.
I just can't imagine you two growing up together. Hey, like you crack me up now. Like you would have been so funny growing up.
Oh yeah, we were best mates and enemies all at the same time.
No, it's the most amazing bond, mate. If you've got like you and Jake, you just got something really special for sure.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, life's good at the moment. It really is. And let's obviously touch on your year, because when you came here at the start of the year, you know, you had all the momentum behind you then, and it was like, you're about to have a good year, you know, that's what it felt like to me. It was just like, you're on the verge of something, and the numbers that I think I said to you that you were going to make, you pretty much made them as well, which I think at the time you were like, if I made that would be unbelievable. And you know, but you can feel this momentum, and this next number that you're about to make is going to be really exciting, because like, put in perspective for you, we are in early February now, and January you listed 15 homes.
Yeah, we listed 18, but they weren't uploaded to the system yet, so I'm a bit devo about that. But
that's an unbelievable start to the year. Like, that is a huge start to the year. That's like, you know, there's not many agents in Australia beating that.
Yeah,
you know, that is big numbers. You know, so if you can continue listing like that, you are going to kill in this industry.
Thanks, man.
Because it's all about listing, as you're starting to notice, and whoever gets the most listings is going to make the most sales, you know? So how are you getting these listings? We spoke about this last time, agents, but you know, like, go back and watch the previous episode, but let's really dive into this. How are you getting these listings?
So we've got a combination of things going on now. So we've got obviously we do a lot of community work. So I think just people being aware of who we are right now. You know, so like we do a lot of things like doing competitions with coffee shops, like donating money and things like that. We do a lot of that stuff.
And you're going live on that when you're doing that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So every single thing that we do, we just try and show like on our Instagram or on our Facebook or some sort of social media platform. Yeah. So like the way we sort of have done it, it's like broken down into a few different things. So we've got community marketing. So that's awareness marketing. So you're not really looking to generate listings out of that. Okay. It's more just like, have you seen my face? Have you seen my face? Have you seen my face? That sort of thing.
Things I'm doing for the community.
Yeah. So that sort of marketing. And then we have like direct marketing. So obviously the stuff that we have at Freedom, targeting people on their emails. Yeah. And then getting really good at just like servicing people. So I think that what I really learned off yourself and your team is that all the people that come into your business just need to be serviced correctly. And if you can service them, you'll just like your business will go.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, boom. So I feel like the thing that we do, River's just out there loving it. She get her on. Yeah. But I think the big thing that we've done is we've just got a system in place now. So we've got all of our marketing sorted, all of the things that we're meant to be doing when we're servicing leads perfectly. So, and it's like, it almost gets to the point where it's not overwhelming anymore. So it's like, it doesn't matter if the inquiry gets bigger, you just change something that you did before, you know? So like, I think hopefully that's answered your question.
You're following the system. You're following the strategy that we put in play around the leads. You're focusing on that, doing that well. But and this is what we can train our agents to do very, very quickly and understand, you know, why you get back to leads quickly, why you're creating buying opportunities, listing opportunities, and where they're going to go on their journey. So we can train them all of this stuff. But the extra things that I think have helped your business blow up is this community stuff and this marketing presence that you guys have got in your area, you know, which, you know, this is available for any agent to do, but we don't do it. Like, not everyone does it. Whether they're scared to get in front of the camera, whether they're scared to go live, whether they're whatever, you know, whether they're just scared to go into the coffee shop and, you know, put themselves out there. And there's been agents in this brand that have done it, they've touched it, you know, like they've got a good result from it and they've given up on it. Yeah. You know, whereas with you, like what I've seen is that, you know, you are doing a lot of giveaways, you're interviewing a lot of the coffee shop owners whilst you're doing that, and you're really being seen in your community. So let's keep diving into that. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so that's obviously, you know, really important is actually getting out into the community and meeting people. But I think like just when you were speaking then, I think for me, when I stopped thinking about the money and started thinking about the community, that's when like my anxiety went out the window. I didn't have to think about that. I just didn't even think. I just put in the system. This is what I want to give to the community, and I want to make my area the best area in Darwin. So when people think of Zuccoli or any of that sort of surrounding area, they just think, oh, amazing houses, amazing service, everything, you know. So I think if you're an agent right there and you're finding that you're falling off the wagon, I think if you just stick to like a really simple process, so like if it was me, I would look at my calendar and just what gets scheduled gets done. So when Melody started as an agent, we've just put her on as an agent. The first thing I did with her is I just sat down with her calendar and I said, you follow this to the T. Yep. So she knows before she walks in the office, she needs to put a story on her Instagram telling everybody what's happening. Awesome. Like she knows. And if I don't see it when she walks in the office, I'm like, have you done your story? You know, so, but it's not about doing one story. It's about doing 365 of them, Absolutely. You know, so like, so I think it's just your calendar. If you can sit in your calendar and just pick 3 simple things every day. So if you go, okay, I'm going to do 10 door knocks. I'm going to go introduce myself to one business owner. Just be one a day. Go into any business, local business. You can go to any industrial area and go in there and just say, hey, my name's Jacob. I want to run a competition with $100 to give away. You don't have to do anything. We'll do everything. Yeah. I'm sure they would be open to that. And most business owners are pretty savvy like us. Yeah. So they probably own a few investment properties and they'll probably give you a chance if you do. Maybe not now, but maybe 5 years down the track. Yeah. So you do that. And then maybe like a real direct prospecting activity if you haven't got data is just like door knocking. So like have a rule to yourself, no matter this is what I do now, is no matter what happens in the day, it doesn't matter how busy it gets. If I haven't prospected, I can't knock off. So like if I get home at like 6:30 and I need to feed the babies and do all that sort of stuff and it's 8 o'clock, I need to
people don't want to be called at that time, but I'm sending emails or I send a text or I have to get it done.
Definitely.
Okay, because then that's my promise to myself. So I think for agents, if you manage your calendar correctly and just pick like simple things, because most people don't do the simple things well. They do like something okay and another thing okay, but they don't do like 3 really great things that are going to change their business.
Absolutely.
And it's like a compound growth thing, you know. So like those 3 little things, you know, over a year, even 3 months, I think. Like if you did that for 3 months and just put yourself a date and just said, I'm just going to see what happens here.
Yeah.
It'll blow your mind, and you won't think about the money the whole time.
So good, bro. So good. This is unbelievable. So, yeah, agents, if you're making notes right now, which I hope you are, you know, grab your calendar out right now. Every single day, put in there an hour, 2 hours worth of prospecting. Book it into your calendar right now. Also, once a week minimum, you want to be doing one of these videos for a local coffee shop or for a local business, and you know, you do one of them one a week. If that costs you $100 giveaway every single week, a lot of those ones they probably blow up generically as well. You wouldn't have to spend much on the sharing of it, really.
Well, no, and like mostly you don't even have to give them $100. There's a lot of stuff that we have that's valuable. Like give them a settlement gift. Yeah. Like I'm sure you got a settlement gift in your office that you can give them a bottle of wine. Yeah. Give away a bottle of wine for the month of January if you buy coffee at this place. Like I'm pretty sure anyone will go for that, you know?
Seriously.
Yeah.
So you get your prospecting done, and then you get these like, you know, simple marketing tools. Book that into your calendar once a week. And then obviously, if you follow our system, all the other stuff is going to be done for you as well. You know, like leads are going to be vitally important when you come into the office. You know you need to clear them out. You know how important it is to get back to your listing opportunities and make sure you're on top of your buying opportunities. You know, make sure your inspection feedbacks are all at 0. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, the thing that we have here is that we have a system that like. It's built for prospecting. It's like that's what it's built for. So if you get to the point where you don't need to prospect because the system does it for you. So like when you're calling your leads, everything that's suggested to you is to prospect that person. So so I call you and I go, that's great, Josh. When are you looking to sell? 2 weeks. Great. We've got like a close date. You're like, 2 weeks, is it? Oh yeah, boom, 1st of February or whatever. Seriously. And then you're going to pop up in my dashboard and all I have to do is just go, hey, this just sold for this. Can I come over Monday? Or you know, like it's like, that's what I found with our system where I don't have to think. I just know if the numbers are 0, my job's done and I can knock off.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, as long as you captured them at the start and put them on their journey and then you just follow that journey. Absolutely. And that is what our system's designed for. And then you can take this system to the next level and you can really dissect things in there because obviously these listing opportunities, you can put them into different stages like appraisal, presentation, update, inform, prospecting or whatever, or my community. And these ones that are all in the stage of presentation, so you're going to do a presentation on them like in the last week or, you know, in the next upcoming weeks. All these people there are really, but these ones are red hot for you. So you need to make sure you're all over them as the main listing agent. Because,
100%.
You know, like they're like gold. If you've got, you know, 15 of them over the next few weeks, like you need to make sure you get them. So they're vitally important. But then what happens is if say that presentation, you go there and then they say, oh, listen, we've changed our mind. We're probably going to keep the house and we're going to stay for a couple of years. And you move that back to update and inform. There's a list in there as well that says my past presentations and appraisals. So you can actually dive into that list. So all of the past presentations that haven't gone anywhere, there's another list over here. So this list now might have 2, 3.
So you don't put them into community or?
No, so you'd still put them into my community, but they're still in this one because they've touched the presentation part.
Gotcha.
Even though they're in my community,
gotcha.
Form, there's still a past.
It's a good list,
presentation. So this is a list of gold right here. So if you really wanted to do something, because these are people you've been over their house, you know who they are. These are your 300-400 honest people that haven't yet sold, but they've met you. You know their house. You know the inside out. And that's a really good list for you to be working as well. So I'll show you that list before we.
That's amazing.
Here today, because you're here. Why are you here?
We're here for awards. That's
the award party tonight.
It's It's going to be amazing. This is our first awards that we've ever attended. So we usually do the old Zoom and just watch all the things. It's usually, I think it was last time I was on a boat or something.
That was
on a boat?
One.
Yeah.
On the boat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, we're super excited to be here. And like for me, that side that we're talking about, I've just been through that and trying to get that system right. And I still don't think I've got that quite right, but I feel like I've maybe got about 80% of it.
Yeah.
There's like some 20% of it that could really take me to the next level. Yeah.
For sure.
But now we're here with the team that we have in Darwin. So I want them to come here and feel the culture and feel the vibe that I did, because this business did change my life, and, it can do that for them as well. So, and it's different, obviously we're talking about getting an office and things like that at the moment, but, they still work out of my garage. So they feel like that's the culture, which is still a good culture. We have fun at work and stuff, but I want them to know that this is what's building, and it really is just such a beautiful thing that we have here, and we need to, be part of it.
Oh, definitely. It's so good to have you guys here. And we've got a couple of the other interstate people here. We've got people from Perth. We've got people here from Melbourne. Obviously, yourself from Northern Territory. So, it's exciting to have everyone here as well. And obviously all of our Queensland agents. So it's going to be a good night tonight. And you can hear all the people you haven't met before. Like you're saying before, this brand, it is all about the people, so and your culture that you're creating, we've got the bigger culture here, but the culture that you're creating now with your crew is vital for your happiness and success moving forward.
So true.
Obviously you when you do open up this office, and we spoke about it a bit last night, we went to dinner. Nice actually.
Japanese, it was nice.
Recommend it. We spoke about this office that, eventually you'll open, whether that's, in the next 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is, but it's coming, once you open this office and you have this amazing culture and vibe, and then you add into it this system, these processes, the fact that the agents aren't going to have to put listings up or close down any of their contracts or do any of that drama. Plus then, as a brand, we're going to help you onboard these people and set them all up behind the scenes, like build websites for them, community pages for them. We're going to make sure they're all compliant. We're going to train them and send them back to you all ready to go. So we are going to make sure that this is really good for you. But once you set this thing up, these agents in the territory, they are going to love this. And this space that you're going to provide, if you can create the energy around it when you're launching this and provide them with all the things they're not currently getting, they're going to come.
100%.
So this is going to be a good move for you, I reckon. It's I can see us doing some damage there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's definitely like you and I, we just want to get out and get after it, and that's the next step for us for sure. So like for me, I guess like we're in this next step where I'm learning this new part. So like I'm now learning how to be, someone's leader and creating a culture and really being responsible for other people now and nurturing their careers and things like that, while still trying to run my business as well. So that's the thing that I'm sort of facing now, which is really interesting. I never thought about it when I first got into real estate. I always just thought like, I'm going to get into real estate and I'm going to change my life, and now that I've got these other people coming on and, like I feel that what we're building there, like I feel like I want to deal with people that just want to change their life. And I feel like if they're like that and they align with me, they're definitely going to do it. So I think it's like really important just getting the right people in that office, so
and the world will give you more back for doing that, because, like when we were getting started, when it was, things were coming up, like we didn't have a media team then. And for me, like I would go in and like the listing, like for sure I was going to get paid a commission out of it, but actually I was going in there to make sure that I got my media guys paid, and I got my digital marketer paid, and I got my social media manager paid. So I had 3 people there that I needed to make sure I looked after, because I wanted them to survive and I wanted them to do well. So rather than me going into a listing presentation thinking I need to get a listing to make money for myself, I was thinking like, I need to get this listing because these people's careers depend on this, because I need to get them paid. And literally, like that was my psyche. I went into these things because I was like, I need to get this.
It's
I need to have a better presentation. I need to make sure I do everything right, because if I don't get these listings, I can't afford to keep these people.
Yeah.
So that was where my energy was.
Yeah.
And the world will reward you for that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think like once you hit that, like that sort of giving mentality, like it's those people feel that if they are the right people, and they're just like for me, when, you know, you gave us an opportunity with Freedom Property, I was just like, holy crap, I'm just so grateful that, you know, someone would be like, yeah, man, let's start, you know. So like I want to give that to somebody else, you know. So I'm honestly just so stoked to see what we can achieve this year. And, you know, where we're at right now, I just feel like I've just got like this, I've always been energized, but I just feel like this year I'm just like ready to really get it down with it, you know, and just get it done.
It's
you know,
on, bro. It's on. It's yours for the taking there, you know, like you're coming through with a lot of energy behind you, doing everything, you know, right. And, you know, when you start to add the right people into this process as well, and you're just going to get naturally better, because real estate, if you're good at this stuff and you're doing the right things, it doesn't slow down. Like, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
And you'll just see your numbers grow, you get more listings, and, you know, people will just naturally want to deal with you because you're leaving such a good, you know, path behind you.
That's the stuff we're finding at the moment, actually. Like, there's people that are ringing us now, which we've felt that a little bit last year, but now there's like people who just ring us like specifically because they want to list through us, not because like, oh, we're calling 3 agents in, like, hey guys, we actually need your help.
That's right.
Like that. And that's just the most craziest thing to think. Like when they ring you and say that, yeah, we need you on our house because we know that on this house you got this amount of money, and we know that you have the lowest days on market, we know that you have the highest median house price, like, and you're just like, and you walk in there with like a different mentality. You actually walk in there with like more of an advisor mentality rather than like, oh, I need this listing, which I'm really enjoying that part of the business. I can actually sit down in front of them and tell them what I think without thinking like, oh no, they won't list through me, you know. Like I actually, now I'm like in that good little spot, you know.
And think about it as like you're going over to these people's houses to see if you want to work with them as well. It's not necessarily, you know, like
100%
get their business. You're like, am I sitting with people here that actually want to get a lot of money for their home? Because if I'm sitting next to the people in front of me and they're like, listen, we want to get a great price for our home, you know, we trust you, you know, I'm like, yes, thank you. Like, you are my people.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I'm doing everything to get you the most amount of money now because they respect you. And that's a good, you know, good stat for you to look out for is like when you go doing listing presentations, are you seeing anybody else? And if they say no, that's a really good stat for you to look at, because unopposed listing presentations, if you're going in and getting called into these unopposed listing presentations, like that's so good. And you've only been in real estate for 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy actually. Yeah, now look, that is nuts. Yeah, looking back now, I'm just like I saw something come up in my story for, I think it was June 2020, and I was working for Milwaukee, and there's like a picture of me like out in a job site, like, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like that is just so nuts. But just touching on that with sellers, when you're dealing with them, like another thing that plays in my head, I'm like, do I want my team to deal with this person? Like, are they good for our energy? You know, they may have the most amazing house, and yes, they might be motivated to sell, but like I have to put my team through this. They're going to feel this seller, you know? So that's something that I think about as well. You know, like there's been times when I've just been like, we're not right for each other, respectfully. For
sure. Yeah, no, you know, sometimes where you're like, ooh, hey, no, I don't need this one.
Exactly.
And they're the ones that, you know, are still probably on the market. They've been on the market for 4 or 5 months, and their agent's pulling their hair out, you know, and and they'll come back to you, and when they come back to you, you know, you'll get the result for them.
Yeah, for sure. So, but no, man, looking forward to it.
Nice, bro. Nice. It's a good podcast. Always good to catch up with yourself. Gonna have a chat with a few of the others now. And
I think you're trying to get the rest of the team in here, aren't you?
I want to get everyone in here, man. I've actually got some really good guests coming on, the external guests from Freedom onto the show soon. So, we're still having a few more Freedom chats at the moment, but I've got some good guests coming.
I'll be listening, man. I love it. Thanks for having me here today, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Cheers.
Peace.